if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Okay, look, I can't do the cringe intro. Look, we're against a really good Freya player. So this is how I dealt with it. Round 1 we went with for Chain Grasp, Armored Vest, Weapon Grease and Electrolytes for the 100 over health every time we spawn. This is a tough game. Like, you'll see the impact that a Freya with a Mercy Pocket when it's in the right hands can have on this game. We're up against Orisa, which makes it a little bit tricky. We've got a D.Va as our tank. We have a Cassidy for hit scan. But we've also got a Reaper, which means I cannot just leave it for the Cassidy to try and deal with Freya because they're going to have a Mercy Pocket the whole time. And, well, Moira pocketing a Cassidy isn't going to beat that. So we've got to get involved. And there's nothing that I like more than to, focus on a full DPS build. So we're just trying to apply Chain Grasp as much as we can in this game. Take cover, wait for the orb to come back up and our fade, because if we get hit by any bolts, we're going to have to fade back. Freya uses the ult over onto our team. Now you will see a lot of attack in the tank. There's 2 reasons for that. One, D.Va can't really stand like head on against the Orisa. So I want to put out that damage and have Orisa shooting me. The second one is that we're using Chain Grasp for the damage. So it makes sense to just reliably hit a target at the front and allow Chain Grasp to do damage to the players in the back. Mercy now flying away. Take her out as well. They also have a Soldier 76, which is, again, one of the reasons for picking Electrolytes. Because we need to be able to walk forward onto the team, and I like doing that at the start just so our team gets a nice position. And, Electrolytes does help quite a lot. So we get that Chain Grasp damage over onto the Juno. We have to fade to take the mini. Got a lot of time on this point. Enemy team needs to make a push, but again, Chain Grasp just it makes players not want to come forward. Now attacking the Juno. Use a heal orb there to keep us alive. We've got to try and get in over onto the point. Freya's there, but still has the Mercy following him around the whole time, which means we need extra damage. We're trying to take out the Mercy if we can. Fade around the corner. D.Va does get it down. Now we've just got this Orisa here. They still haven't capped the point. We know a Spear's probably coming in soon. Oh, somehow she manages to eat that orb even though she's not facing it. Orisa gets taken down and, well, round 1, quite straightforward. We did over 5k damage though. So that's going to get us pretty rich. But if you notice, so's their DPS. Round 2, we stick with Armored Vest. We've got Shield Buster since we're attacking Orisa a lot. Advanced Nanobiotics and Aftermarket Firing Pin for our damage output. And Frenzy Amplifier because it's the snowball potential. So now we're just pushing through. Damage over on the tank. Orisa is chasing us. That does provide a little break for our team from that damage. D.Va does also flank, but the Orisa finds herself isolated against several players on our team. Got to heal the Reaper up a little bit there as D.Va finishes off the Orisa, but in turn loses her mech to the Freya. And now we've got players up the front. We're trying to use the Chain Grasp here to get them down, but it's a support healing a support. It's quite hard to kill them here. Pushing because the Mercy's low, but also it's keeping the players occupied. However, Freya's there, so we're kind of deciding whether we back off, but the low health Mercy's too tempting for me. Unfortunately, it cost my life. So enemy team's pushing the bot right now. D.Va's mech's popped again. D.Va's also taken down. We weren't going to be able to heal that up, and we just joined the team and got killed. So off we go again. Enemy team's making some progress. We're trying to get some healing over onto the Reaper. Soldiers up the top. It does mean we're surrendering some objective time, but it does mean we also get a flank. As Freya takes down our Cassidy. Gotta let that Coalescence heal us up a little bit before we push again. Trying to take the Juno, because if the Mercy's pocketing the Freya a lot of the time, it's the Juno who's not going to be getting the heals. So we desperately try and take him down. We go down, but our Reaper takes down the Juno. So now we're going to be pushing out to join our team again. We are falling behind though. A Freya on 1 health in front of us is just a gift. Now we've just got to take out this Orisa who tries to push D.Va off the map, but that's probably not going to work. You know, she can fly. Now we've got a lot of work to do. Chain Grasp again, trying to hit the Mercy behind. Just do a bit of damage there. It also just builds our money up. So we're always looking for any opportunity to do something in this game, whether it's damage or healing. Orisa's now in front of us. Chain Grasp kills the soldier during his ult through the little corridor. That's one of the beauties about this power. As Orisa pulls in several of our team. They're low health. We try and save the Juno because we're not doing much healing. We need our Juno to be able to do it. So now we take down the Orisa, but she gets rezzed by the Mercy. We're trying to desperately get this Freya down. Get stuck by one bolt, we don't need to fade that yet, but if we get stuck by another one, we need to fade, although unfortunately there's more damage from the soldier also coming in. Now we've got our ultimate. D.Va's trying to chase. We've still got the tank on point. We've got to make sure that we're touching the point. Since the D.Va's off on a pressure push. Because we get hit by a few things there. A bolt, a helix rocket, in comes the Freya ult. D.Va's mech is popped, it's not looking that great. Reaper comes in with the ult, but gets pushed away by the Orisa. We get speared, we fade round, and then we fall off the map. But it's not the end of the world, because it was already over. And hey, look, they don't get the elimination from us. Yeah. Enemy team comes out with a round. We still get MVP. Mercy this time, earning more than us. Freya, however, is very close in our money. So we go for Ethereal Excision because I can't see a transition to an orb build against 3 flyers, and it will allow us to get some anti-heals if their healing gets out of control. We sell Frenzy Amplifier and take Phantasmic Flux to give us some extra survival, and we also take Wrist Wraps to give us more attack speed. So now pushing the Orisa here, again allowing Chain Grasp to do damage behind. We're just making sure that we're a target over on a slight off angle. D.Va does rotate though, probably to get some healing actually while simultaneously attacking the tank. That shows a good understanding of how to play tank here, but D.Va unfortunately is getting very, very low. Still trying to stay active and do damage. We can't really heal because we're trying to keep the Orisa at bay who's low health. D.Va goes in, snipes him off. Great play from the D.Va. However, she does get her mech pop there, but at least we got the enemy tank down. We were going to fade forward, but honestly, had to respect the Freya there. Cassidy just gets absolutely annihilated even through our healing. Reaper's now trying to push forwards. Cassidy also says, ow. Reaper, not sure what you're going to be able to do there. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Juno as well. Yeah, the Freya is absolutely crushing us right now. Just trying to attack the tank. The chain grasps go through. We're going to have to fade back though. Healer bounced to also try and get round towards where our team was standing. He didn't really accomplish that, but we've also taken some damage. Orisa deflects the orb, but the orbs don't do much damage with this build. We only use them to activate Chain Grasp. Now again we're trying to, because as soon as we put that AoE damage on players, they move back and we get positional. Orisa does use ult. We're trying to attack this Juno before she gets healing, but the Mercy tags her. We see a little bit of Mercy, but we see that her health is not going down really that fast with the Coalescent, so we change target. Now we've got to fade back last second. Trying to heal players. Orisa's got a nice angle and we're actually in a bad position now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this. Soldier does use Vise. We bounce a heal orb off of the wall. But we need to step back in to see if we can keep them at bay at all. Also get a little bit of baby healing over onto our Reaper. We get stuck twice, so we have to fade. Enemy team's up to 70% on the point. A lot of damage going over onto the players. Soldier was very low there. Mercy has ulted. In comes the D.Va bomb. Is it going to get any kills? Over onto the point. Takes out the Juno. Which, yeah, is at least 1 kill. Mercy does res it, however, but that gives us time to get an entry in. In comes the Freya ult as we use Coalescence. A few ults coming out from our team here. High Noon also used. We take players down through the Juno ult. Reaper comes in with an ult over onto the backline again onto the Freya. Very, very low health. We're just chasing to spawn because we recognize that as one of the threats. And we capped the point, but we did use quite a lot in order to get it. So we've still got to hold for another 45%. Push up for the soldier, see if we can pick them up, but we can't extend out there because we'll be in LOS of the Freya. And also, well, the rest of their team. We fade back now, try and provide some healing. In comes Orb with Chain Grasp effect. Managed to take down the Orisa. Freya's also a little bit isolated here. We get stuck twice, so we've got to fade. It's risky staying in here further. We're about to heal Orb just in case one does hit us. And a little bit of damage over, but the Mercy is full on pocket healing this Freya. And they're trying to flank round. It's just showing high level play because they realise they can't get to the point any other way. Mercy does manage to touch, so we've still got to fight this and clean them up. In comes Freya's ult, but we're chasing her down. We take her out. Soldier does attack us though. D.Va, great defense matrix. And now we've got an Orisa on the point using her ultimate. We've just got to make sure D.Va's got enough health. And now it's on to damage. Get that damage over onto Orisa. Is anybody else going to be able to touch? We delayed the heal orb. Or we're deciding if we're going to need a damage orb if somebody's in range, or if we want to heal the Reaper to get some money. Over 12k damage. We get MVP. We get a lot of cash this round. Quite a lot more than the Freya, but then Moira does in general. So it's showing you just how well the Freya is playing. Right, a big shuffle around of all our items here in order to maximize our money usage. We sell Shield Buster, Armored Vest, Wrist Wraps, and Aftermarket Firing Pin. We pick up Weapon Jammer, Icy Coolant, Talon, the Modification Module, and Aerial Distressor to try and keep the flyers under control. Yeah, we've got a lot of damage coming out from our Reaper over at the front. Yeah, I have to fade back and respect that damage. Quick heal up. Juno trying her best, but Juno's not the strongest healer. And probably didn't know that they were going to get lumped with a Moira who's pretty much just right-clicking. I do feel sorry for them sometimes, but we are just trying to win the games. Soldiers up top, however, we want to stay active. We can't just sit there and yeah, try and get some weird angle on them. Because Reaper gets pushed. Gets stuck by one. Any more hits, we've got to fade. We fade back into the point. Bear in mind, it's not this point that we need to capture, it's the next one. So we've got Baby D.Va. I want to try and support her so that she can get a mech back. I don't think we're going to be able to touch the point. But hey, sometimes it's worth going for it. We've got an ult and a dream. In we go with the Coalescence. Reaper does take down the soldier. Freja ult comes in. Need to try and heal the Reaper up with Coalescence. It's not going to do that much damage because we're on a weapon power build. And I tried to bounce a heal orb up and down, but we just got deleted. So yeah, enemy does cap that point. Now we're playing for this one here. Try and get a bit of damage, but that's stuck on us. We have to fade out the top out of LOS of that Freja. Cassidy unfortunately could not make it there in time. Bit of chain grasp damage going out now onto the players. It's not doing too much when they're being full-time healed, but it does mean that the healers have to do only that on their team. So we fade behind them. Juno's not respecting the Moira damage, thinking, hey, I've got an Orisa with me, I'll be fine. No, you will not, honey. Because now there's a soldier over onto the point. The Freya's taken down our D.Va mech though, so there's no tank, so I've got to kind of be the tank. Fade off for Coalescence, but we hear the visor, so we're letting Cole heal us up for a second. But we still want to be a bit active with it. We try and get onto the point to get a touch. And we're going to play around that pillar, but because the spear hit us, it just meant all the follow-up damage was easy shots for the enemy team. Reaper ult comes in, but again, I think blocked by the Orisa. In comes a Juno ult as well. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get back to the point in time. 2 critical health players on the point. D.Va mech's just been popped. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get there in time. So, enemy team taking round 4, bringing the score 2-2. It's a tough game. So round 5, we picked up Precarious Potency for our team since we've got so much weapon power, and we sold Aerial Distressor as it felt useless. Instead, we get El Saka Suppressor to reduce their healing. We sold Icy Coolant and Talon Modification Module to pick up Codebreaker and Booster Jets. And lastly, we swapped out Advanced Nanobiotics for Shield Buster instead. So attacking the soldier, attacking the Freya here. Again, trying to get as much AoE damage and put pressure on their healers as possible. Because it just provides openings for our team to, yeah, any low health players or players start using their abilities as we chase the Mercy down, take her down. Freya also trying to get over into the spawn, does get taken down just before she gets in. That's going to allow us to make some nice objective progress. Soldiers up top, we're not going to be able to do too much with that. Now here we're baiting the missile. We fire the missile straight into a chain grasp, but players aren't yet out of the spawn, so we have to drop off. And now it's all about distraction. Our team's the one who are moving the point here. Moving the bot even. So if players turn around and go for us, we make more progress. Because of that, we get to the first checkpoint. A lot of damage from on our players up top. We do get stuck, so we're going to fade that. The Orisa ult comes in at a bad time. That's going to take down 2 of our players, poor Juno and Cassidy. So we try healing the D.Va with this Coalescence, and now that D.Va's left the building, we're just going to try and block the bot. Again, remember, there's an objective in this game mode. Like, there's an objective in every game mode, but most people forget it. So enemy team's just making their way past the midpoint with the bot now. Give our players a little bit of healing before we make the play in. Again, attacking the Orisa, so we've got nice items to put pressure on her. As you can see, her health's going down. Also, that healing reduction from El Saka Suppressor helping out a lot against this comp, and also against her Fortify build. So keep trying to put some more damage out on them there. The Mercy's also in trouble to the D.Va. She's going to fly up somewhere over there. Does get taken out as well. There's a Juno with a couple of kills, but unfortunately we weren't moving the bot. So we've got to now move that. At least we previously got it to the checkpoint, which means there's no pause. We'll just start making progress immediately as soon as it gets there. Little fade jump up top. However, that was probably a mistake. Against a good Freya, we really can't fade forward and rely on just our sustain, because a couple of hits, it's not going to work. Against most Freya players, we probably can get away with that, just be able to drop off the high ground and rely on our sustain. So great kills from the Reaper there, taking out Mercy and Soldier 76. But our team seems to be a bit on the back foot here. We'll try and change that with more Chain Grasp. If you're playing a Chain Grasp drinking game, by the way, then I apologize. So yeah, do a little Coalescence Fade jump up top again, just to allow us to make some more progress. Orisa's not making her way over towards the point. She's just sitting up top. Same with the rest of the team. They're not really supporting them if they've got to turn around and deal with me. And part of that distraction allowed our D.Va to just fire a bomb up on the high ground and take out half of their team. Great play from our tank. Great play from our team all round.
3-2. Quite the performance from these superstars.
Round 6, we sold Shield Buster and picked up Eye of the Spider, and then we sold Code Breaker to pick up Hard Light Accelerator. So we hear a lot of fire over on to our right, over onto the point. Reaper takes damage, but we're putting out damage over onto the Orisa here. Soon with Chain Grasp over onto the Mercy combined with the Reaper, we might be able to do some real damage. Cassidy gets taken down again, not having the most fun game, I'm sure, as again, more AoE damage comes out. We've got to watch out for those sticks. We didn't get stuck by anything, so we didn't need to fade. There we got stuck by one, but if we get stuck by another one, then yeah. It's mostly those double sticks, which is the problem there. It's just been able to recognize the damage. So heal orb onto the point. I'm not sure this is going to be very easy to play around. Orisa does ult. Fade back to keep trying to contest the point. I mean, obviously the enemy team has it right now, but yeah, we want to try and make some progress on it whenever we can. See the Juno, she's not that isolated because she's got a Mercy healing, but our damage is really, really high now. As Orisa's got eyes on us at the moment. Someone's also flanking behind, so we've got to push forward into the point. Couldn't quite finish the soldier off, so Fade jump up top. Reaper's gone down, kind of on his own there. Now attacking the attacking the Freya, who decides, look, Moira's the threat. Let's ult her. So we're still trying to get through and capture this point. We do take down the Orisa. Mercy's also taken down at the back. Freya now with another ult. We fade this time. D.Va's next low and popped, but there's just a soldier on the point. We are going to cap it back, but the enemy team on 99% already. It's going to be a tough one. We cannot lose another fight. And especially when we've got to start with D.Va with no mech. So I'm hoping that I can kind of be the tank at the moment. Reaper's also playing the same thing, and I respect that. However, there's a lot of damage on the enemy team, so you just got to be a bit careful. Like that. Yeah, okay. So we're down a player. D.Va, I'm not sure if she's got a mech back yet. I wasn't paying too much attention. Cassidy also getting taken down by the soldier. So we've got Chain Grasp up top. We take a double stick. We use Coalescence for the health regen. So we've got not much else that we can use right here. So enemy team did cap, and we get taken down. We've just got D.Va. Orisa ult comes in. Reaper can't go close to the Orisa yet. D.Va's popped, and yeah, this isn't going to work. This just surely isn't going to work. As yeah, Freya cleaning up the rest of our team now. Freya got 9 limbs. But we're putting out the damage numbers. And this is why Mercy's getting so much healing. But that's still good, because if we didn't put out this damage, Mercy still gets that same heal effectiveness, even if the number's not that high. Round 7, we picked up Void Hoppers, as in the later rounds we have more health and can give our team more Ode health from it. We sold Hard Light Accelerator and took Vanadium Injection, since our ultimate is terrible anyway, and the increased stats and health will likely help us in the final round. So now pushing up top. Fire and Orb, there's a lot of players clustered over there. It's perfect for our kit. However, Juno's just behind that annoying little, I don't know what it is, but that thing. Again, AoE coming in. But there's 2 healers there. Orisa spears us. We're forced to leave out the lower entrance. There's no way that we were getting out the main. So bounce a heal orb. We've got a fade, so we can fade back, but we get speared. Still doesn't stop us from fading, but because of the spear, we didn't get the distance on our fade. And so we got taken down. Enemy team going to be pushing into the lead here on this final round 7. Now we want to fade jump up top, but with that soldier there, it's just going to be crazy to do it, especially if the Freya then tags us after fade. So now that we've got an opening, that's when we decide to make our move. try and put damage over onto the soldier. We need another orb for Chain Grasp here. Fade into the room, deciding whether we need to get the mini or not, but we'll get enough sustain from it. The ult hits us, but with no follow-up, it's not going to do enough damage. We've got a lot of health in this round. And it's only going to get more now that we've got our ult. The Vanadium kicks in. We get even more health, and if you have a look at our max health here, it's why it's such a good item. And we also built it quickly because it's, well, round 7. We've got a lot of damage. So our max health 519, but we also get over health from Phantasmic Flux. So we can go to 619 as we put which also increases as the game progresses, right? So 622 at the moment, 623 now, max health. So Fade jump up top. We're making good progress on the bot, but the enemy team did make a lot as well. So just waiting for the see if we can burst anyone down right at the start of this. Not if we get too tapped by Freya, so we're forced to fade, play a little bit defensive now. Orisa's in the side door. We can't focus too much on her though. Instead we go for the cluster of players. Soldier does get taken down. We fade through behind the enemy team going for a flank. I can't use ult. It would have been nice to be able to, but I need to retain those stats. As our Reaper does ult, we take down the Freya. Mercy reses the soldier, so their key DPS threat's gone, but they've got a lot of players with that Junior ult. We take down the soldier. We're just trying to block the bot now. Mercy is very, very threatening in this ult, especially when she's gaining so much money. So now just trying to do what we can to block the bot. We fade through into the little room. Orisa chases us, actually uses ult. We must clearly be the threat on our team. That ult could maybe help them out later. We do get taken down. Players trying their best to do what they can. But yeah, we're now into overtime. Enemy team's got some work to do. So now we push up, try and join our team. D.Va's mech's parked. In comes a couple of ults from the enemy DPS as well. We bounce an orb here. Enemy's making progress. We're going to have to rotate. This is a very, very close situation here. D.Va desperate. I mean, how are we even going to do this without having a D.Va mech? Enemy team gets it to the checkpoint. We're pushing up behind them. Now we've got a Freya on us as well. We're forced to go back to the Mega. Now pushing up, trying to engage the Freya. And the enemy team C9s. But I still think we would have won that anyway. I think I'm going to beat that Freya who didn't have a Mercy with them in the top, and then we'd just be able to push through. So where I said there, made team poor but still won, it was because someone on the enemy team earlier said, "You're making your team poor, Moira." Just wanted to prove a point. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video, supporting the channel, and yeah, if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, you know the drill. I'll see you next game. Bye.